was beautiful, dude. The flute playing,
yeah, just
the anime outro.
Just give everybody a little bit of peace.
That's the vibe today. Kind of like.
And these bitch niggas go hate me.
Yeah, peace be upon you, brother, and your bags.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, they're resting in peace right now, so I appreciate that. Can devs do something? Hey, we got our best devs working on it right now. It just so happens our best devs aren't that good, so you have to live with it, buddy.
Yeah.
A lot of fun out there.
Stay off X. Yeah, if you haven't checked the price, just don't look at Deck Screener today, and don't log into X.
Probably MBK. I like you, dude. Don't log into X tomorrow. You know?
Yeah, that's what people should have said last night. Like, you know, I like you. Stay off X tomorrow.
It's brutal out there, dude. It's so brutal. It's a nonstop bloodbath. It's a slaughter. They're killing everybody. They're killing the baby NFTs. They're killing the Doge NFTs. They're killing everything, dude.
Yeah. Interesting. You know, I've seen some good breakdowns. In case we won't spend a lot of time on it, but you know, in case you are wondering what's happening, basically we had like all kinds of stuff kind of hit at once yesterday. Markets opened up actually kind of like looking pretty good yesterday. There was like some news about some manufacturing coming to the US. Shortly after that, you know, also we had that thing on the weekend where they said, hey, you know, we're going forward with this crypto strategic fund. You know, we're going to have Cardano and Solana and Ripple on top of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we had like some actual positive action on the weekends, which is rare. Usually it's, you know, bad price action on the weekends.
Wait, we gotta add a little bit more context around this because it's really fishy, dude. You got Eric Trump saying before this, buy the dip, bros.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then this happens. And at the same time, we got a hyperliquid whale doing what, a 20x levered long on ETH and Bitcoin like 2 days before this notice drops. And interestingly enough, also this notice is a fucking nothing burger. Pardon my language, because he already said this. Okay.
True.
I'm getting hyped, bro.
No, there is like some sketchiness, of course. They're telling you over the weekend, buy the dip, crypto reserve, knowing that they're about to drop that tariffs are going through, started today on Mexico, Canada, China. Furthermore, also, so they announced this yesterday. At the same time as also saying they are cutting off all military relief for Ukraine. That is even more so multiplied by, there's like, it's down here somewhere, but you know, it's kind of
doing the raping. Who's doing the raping? Who's doing the raping?
Sorry, I mean, I thought it was gonna be the small pop-up, but it was the big one. I just wanted to, you know, it's a fair question. Who's doing the raping, dude?
Who's doing it? Yeah, you know, and on top of that, there was like some bearish looking news in regards to the Fed. So just kind of like all the bad stuff all on the same day. I think this thread actually talks about it at the very top where it was like $1 trillion wiped off. Let's see. No, it's not on this one, but basically $1 trillion were wiped out of the stock market. And I want to say like 400 or 500 billion were wiped out of crypto in less than a day. So don't know what's happening here. Obviously, the way the market reacts to things, we already kind of had like a little meta with the tariff threats where like we would have like a bad day and then everybody's going, well, he's going to say tomorrow that, you know, we're all good and the market resumes. So not sure where we're going from here, honestly.
I have an answer for who is doing the raping, actually. Because look, I'm going to pull all these strings together, okay? Instead of the reverse Kramer, now it's the reverse Eric Trump. That diabolical son of a gun, after the announcement too, he said, be sure to hold long, wink. Like, make sure to hold, you know? Anyway, basically, I have an answer for who's doing the raping. It's our ops, bro. I think it's the Solana Foundation behind this. Because you notice all of this just so happens to align with Sonic really picking up steam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
definitely the ops. Yeah. It's the Purple Boys
strategic reserve, and they're in the strategic reserve. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, the Purple Boys and Solana teamed up. They're trying their best. Don't Don't let it shake you out. They're
The
trying their best.
Solana libtards. That's right. They're coming over here, MVK, and they're launching their rugs every day. They're trying to rug us every single day with this new stupid token. And when that wasn't working, they decided to pull out the big guns. Washington,
right.
D.C.
So we'll just poke around a little bit. I mean, everybody knows the market's down. The question is this like an event that by the end of the week, everybody's going to go, okay, it's over. We're good. This is obviously, if we're looking at red candles here, we have not had like a week this bad since like last summer. So it's a rough one for sure. I like I said, I guess the question is this one, like I said, is this like an event where by the end of the week he goes, oh, never mind, we're good. They give Ukraine some weapons because they finally say, okay, we'll do the mineral deal. And Trump calls the Fed and says, you need to drop 0.5 point or you all are getting locked up in the gulag. And then we can resume bullishness.
Now, there is there was an article that came up like right before we started. I didn't get to read it, but apparently they're talking about lowering interest rates. But there is like, look, the one thing markets hate more than anything, we all hate this, okay? Right? You come from a divorced family, you hate this too. You know what I'm talking about? Instability. Everyone hates instability, but markets more so than anything else. And so rates going down, usually great, right? But in a tariff environment, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We're in a new game, dude. Like there haven't been this kind of retaliatory tariff kind of deal going on in a while, right? We're getting a lot of mixed signals, essentially, is what I'm getting. We're getting real hot, real cold.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time. I'm trying to think in my head. I can't remember the last time that we were in a situation where it was like trade war. So maybe, I don't know, the 90s, early 2000s. I don't know. The entire landscape shifted. It feels like, these last however many years where people just kind of had bigger things to worry about than tariffs. So, yeah, it's a good point, though. I don't know what rate cuts even mean right now. Like, the game is definitely different.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some speculation that he's trying to cause an asset crash in that, because like a lot of his I think it was Chamath from the All In podcast who had a post on this, where he's saying that most of Trump's constituents are like younger people, middle class to lower class earners, don't have a lot of assets in the first place, usually trying to can't afford a home. So causing a crash in these assets won't really matter to them too much, and it's just going to make them happy because now that they can enter these markets. What that means for us, crypto, kind of up in the air here. Like I said, we're getting mixed signals, right?
Yeah, and here's kind of like the worst part about it is every time we have a moment like this, I instantly run to the dominance chart. Bitcoin still 60% dominance. So we can't even say, well, at least the alts are gonna like get some dominance out of this or something. Like, no, still 60% dominance. So it's just like it's a stranglehold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I think it's just I do think that we correct. I don't think we're like, obviously we're not like entering like a different market. I don't think it's like, we're not like entering like a bear market because of this. But I mean, I think like, whether we adapt to it being kind of the new norm or they drop all this again like they have the last like 2 or 3 times, I do think like we begin correction here pretty soon. This is just like a very violent reaction to a lot of bad news at once.
Yeah, I think there should at least be some sort of bounce, perhaps. Although the bounce we got on Sunday was completely eaten up the next day. So I don't know. I'm gonna play some conservative bets here, I think, because I honestly think Dracula, and I'm curious what you think about this. I'm much more of like a, what do you call that? Reactive to like sentiment trader. I like to trade more based off of like how people are feeling.
Yeah.
And because everyone seems so scared, they're all chicken littles with their heads cut off here. I'm thinking it might be safe to place a couple small conservative bets.
Yeah, and the way I kind of had the same thought. I wanted to wait until today to see if we got shook out a little more. I saw people as early as like last night already kind of like putting some big bets on things, thinking, okay, this is like the initial. But I'm definitely going to like return to some charts here today. I'm starting to feel like we're getting a little more on the floor side of the dip, but
a little oversold perhaps.
yeah, I think we're a little oversold right now. I guess it just also matters on, is there more bad news or not? But I think the reaction has happened, and hopefully we begin marching back the other way. I mean, everything's red. Let's just pull up this heat map real fast.
You can tell. Just look at Dracula's face, and you can tell what the heat map looks like.
Yeah, hold on. I'll wait the switch here. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Like you're entering the panic room. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
crazy.
So,
oh my god.
Yeah. Now it's interesting to see what's green today. Tron. I think before we started, there was like more green than whatever. But Tron, AAVE's having a green day. Maybe because of that new Sonic deployment.
You're welcome, AAVE.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, obviously, total bloodbath. Not looking pretty.
Interestingly enough, all of the things that are in the proposed reserve are red.
Yeah, interesting enough. He should have put Tron in the reserve, bro.
Oh no, my hyperliquid long. Oh wait, no, it's fine. They'll let me do 3x.
Yeah, I'm just poking around here just a little bit, but you know,
fast token.
A lot of random.
Token.
Anything that's green, it seems kind of random, but pretty much no one is very immune to what's happening right now. I mean,
dude, I love the heat map because it gives like this weird like eternal infinite abyss kind of feel to it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like as you get in deeper, it's like for instance, everybody's affected. Do I really think that I should buy the strength of a capybara themed token on Ton Network? No. Am I going to buy Cheems? I don't think I'm going to.
Cheems.
Tron,
though.
The bottom line. Yeah, now Tron, that's interesting. About to become a Tron maxi.
The golden boy, Justin Sun.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at is, everything's red. Everything's in flux right now.
This is a Sonic show, but do you want to hear a little Tron gossip?
Sure, always.
I heard now there's just tweets, so it's pure gossip, but I heard that Justin Sun was under investigation and he bought something like 5 million of Trump token, and then the investigation was halted. So that's a little pro tip for you. If you got the cash to throw around, you get investigated by the SEC, maybe try to get in contact with the Trump team.
I think that's a great system, really. Like you're talking to like the attorney general on Telegram, and you're like, okay, bro, here's the TX, and he's like, all right, we're good.
That's gonna be the new phishing scam, is someone pretending to be the attorney general.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, like I just bought 5 million in Trump token. Send the TX, bro. Here it is. All right, we're good.
Oh yeah, we got to get Zach XBT on this Fallout Zone.
Yeah, for real. So speaking of Sonic, though, just mentioned AAVE. In classic fashion, this was actually really big news. Just happens to be a rough week. AAVE, really matters on like so many levels to your network. What AAVE brings is like there are tons of people, lots of whales. They know they can get better yield somewhere else or whatever. Like let's say you're only able to get single digit 10% or whatever on stables, but people follow AAVE to networks mostly because it's just like it's just like the standard in terms of how they run the protocol, security, how they handle things. So they have like a very strong following in terms of, there's lots of people that are like, I will not put like millions of dollars into like another protocol. Like, you know what I mean? So strategically is a very big get. One of the biggest, I would say, so far. AAVE's heavily incentivizing it. I want to say AAVE was putting in $1 million or $500,000 or something in incentives, and Sonic Labs is heavily incentivizing it. I want to say that was like 14 mil or something. So they're going to incentivize those pools heavy, try to get some people to bridge over. Super bullish. Just a rough week though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is another play where this might take kind of like the DeFi plan that's been slowly capturing TVL on a DeFi Llama. This play might take a few more weeks, but do not be shocked to see when this market corrects and we begin, climbing back up. I would not be shocked to see Sonic hit 1 billion TVL like pretty rapidly.
Now, again, you and I have different metrics for some reason, but I see we have $1.12 billion in DeFi TVL already. But that's just me, That's my busted DeFi Llama metrics.
Let's pull up the hard ass, not nice.
Yeah, pull up the real shit, dude. Because right now I'm seeing us ahead of Polygon.
Like I said, I put us one arm behind our back so that no one can talk shit. So yeah, right now.
Oh, I must be double counting or something.
Yeah, so right now showing, 582 million in DeFi TVL, 655 million in bridge TVL. Still at 14, still over Cardano. Even with the crypto strategic reserve, we're still over Cardano. So Charlie's Angels, you're gonna have to just eat shit again. I'm sorry. But we're still gotta, we gotta bump Hyperliquid and Polygon. We get over that, then we start looking at the big red boy. We gotta take Avalanche. That's my Hyperliquid Polygon. Yeah, we gotta handle that first, but then we gotta start looking at Avalanche.
Yeah, I think it should be easy. Easy money, dude.
No problem. I mean, like I said, it's like I think that AAVE we're gonna see, it might be a little bit of a slower effect, but I think we're definitely gonna see the rewards of them being on Sonic. Follett says they need to raise the cap. I agree. That cap was like instant. I shot over there at the announcement, and I think there was still some USDC you could get in on, but like the S was like scooped up instantly. So yeah, I mean, all in all, rough week in the market. Sonic's still doing its thing though. We're still in a good position. Lots of good stuff happening. MBK says DeFi on Cardano is ass cheeks. I've never actually tried. I kind of want to try. Today's a slow day, it might be a good time for me to go try my hand at some Cardano DeFi.
I saw that the daily fees generated on Cardano was like $500 or something like that. So,
well,
I don't know.
That's another $500 for some peer testing, peer reviews.
Ever tried to use Cardano? It's horrible. No, I've never even gone over to Cardano.
Yeah, haven't even.
I had a reason to. I never saw like any kind of real reason to do it.
All I remember is, Barbecue says, "Where are the DApps, Charles? Where are they?"
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be talking to world leaders more than building his chain, to be honest.
Yeah, getting new kimonos, new samurai swords. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Something else I was thinking about, and this is kind of interesting because we were talking about this before the show. This has kind of gone like totally under the radar because of like everything that's happening in the market. So Tevano reporting about, and this isn't the only tweet, but this is a pretty good one. That big Bybit hack has already been fully laundered. So they have already moved 500,000 Ethereum into Bitcoin. It took them 10 days, all via Thorchain, which this is what we were kind of talking about before the show. Is Thorchain is kind of like an interesting, I wouldn't be surprised if you asked 5-10 people, even if they're new or not, I don't know, whatever, if they knew what Thorchain was, and they probably wouldn't. And Thorchain was like a very early pioneer in making cross-chain swaps. There is some credit where credit is due, but multiple large hacks over the years. And unfortunately, I would say the main thing that Thorchain kind of has to its name at this point was that, it just had a reputation as being like, hey, we're we just make money off letting criminals launder money, basically.
I mean, maybe that's why they allowed this to happen, because they went bankrupt all at some point. Out.
Yeah, there's like some interesting things that happen. I'm just looking here real fast, but I mean, you know, Tavano's also kind of speculating that a lot of the ThorChain hacks over the years were probably internal offensive hacks.
Oh, wow.
I don't know on all that, but there's no denying really. ThorChain actually during the Biden administration was finally kind of coming under some scrutiny, and they acted like they were grouping up and figuring out how to, you know, make it to where they'll seize more funds and do this and that. Obviously not the case when they were able to launder $1 billion, and not like they did it all like in an hour before they could stop them. I mean, it took 10 days. And that's where kind of like some of the problem is that because ThorChain is an older system, it actually is like more on the centralized side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So these are things that people could theoretically control. It is interesting that there was also like the main engineer basically resigned sometime right before all this. That was also something we were like speculating was either interesting timing to be like, okay, I'm quitting after all these years or whatever. So maybe something fishy there. I don't know. Maybe not. But all in all, it's just kind of like, damn, guys, like you really let them do it. I guess the Ethereum's already gone at least.
Yeah. They North Korea single-handedly sent Ethereum to two grand.
Yeah.
To $2,000 with one cool trick.
Yeah.
Thanks to ThorChain.
500,000 Ethereum, 10 days. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, and I guess someone might know better than I do, but I'm pretty sure once you kind of bridge that gap, there's not really like anything anyone can do anymore. So
no, I think it's over.
Yeah,
it's over, dude.
So that's a done deal. Here was another thread about it. Let's see if there's any extra info here. Oh, this is even better right here. Shout out to Johnny in the comments there. So off the fees they collected alone, almost $6 million.
Wow.
Just off like handling, you know, just off the transactions from them laundering the Ethereum. So interesting world we live in. I don't know. I feel like with some of these guys quitting ThorChain, is it finally just going to kind of like become deprecated and unusable anymore?
Is it going to be revealed that ThorChain was just a DPRK scheme from the beginning? That's what I'm wondering.
Could be. You know, that's because that's the pathway that people use is the Ethereum, the Bitcoin. You know, there's things about it, I guess, that are better than using like a washer like Tornado Cash or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much been their bread and butter, really. I think I don't know anybody that's like, I love using ThorChain and I use it every day. The couple times in my life that I had to use it, I was very like disoriented. Like what the fuck am I doing? Like, do I click here? And you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's this, you know, it's not like it's like this great Marvel, you know, thing to use, especially with all the bridges and multi-chain protocols like Layer 0. And I mean, you know, there's truly like not really any reason to use it at this point besides, you know, if you're trying to move Ethereum into Bitcoin.
Yeah, I only ever heard about it back like 3 years ago is when I heard about it for the first time. And that's when there seemed to be kind of excitement about it. But ever since then, it seems like it's just been, you know, bankruptcy this, centralized that.
Yeah.
So kind of an epic fail. Very disappointing ThorChain. You know, look, guys, this is what happens if you go out there, you go away from Sonic, you're just mingling with criminals. I think that's the clearest theme we have for the show. Like, where are you going to go? Soilana?
Come hang out with the good guys.
Yeah, hang out with the good guys. Be on the right side of history, okay?
You know, it's like I said about, I had a post about how, you know, we're not worried about the new Yay token, or we're not worried about the why are you gay token. Like, we're out here, we're just farming, earning good yield. We don't have to chase like whatever the new like retail meme thing is. Just nice and wholesome.
We're stacking TVL. We're conducting DeFi operations over here. And
Yeah.
we're also engaging in a little memery of our own. Dracula, can we talk a little positive news, maybe a little bit about the meme competition? I know there was some drama around this, but I feel like we haven't checked in on it in a little while.
Yeah, let's take a gander. Current leaderboard, of course, everybody's in trouble with the market tanking. So disregard those red prices next to everything. But yeah, I think it wraps up this Friday. So this is kind of like top 8 right now. Some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces, but you know, the weight is on liquidity and volume. They do have a point system here, so you can kind of see, like, based on points, how close everybody is.
What does she do on Sonic? Is that affiliated with Shadow? Is it making fun of Shadow? I don't get it.
I believe that was a meme token that launched like right when Shadow launched. So it's Shido, I guess. Yeah. And then Shiba Sonic, which I'm not super familiar with either. Maybe somebody in the maybe someone in the chat can fill me in on that.
Do we have any representatives from Thank You Sonic God in the chat? If so, let me know.
Yeah, and those guys, I loosely am aware of those guys. They I've talked to them a couple times. They actually deployed on Fantom pre-Sonic. So they're out there grinding. They're kind of like in different circles than I run in, but we've chatted a couple times. We had a connection in terms of somebody I used to work with like years ago. So they seem pretty, they seem genuine, doing their thing. They make a lot of like little meme videos, kind of like paying tribute to other projects. Yeah, so they're in the eco. They're making friends. Honestly, this list has gotten really long, and I mean, there's actually plenty of stuff on here. I probably trying to see if there's anything else I'm not really familiar with at this point, but I think I recognize everything so far.
Mari and Yerald in heated competition here.
Yeah, 26th and 27th is the real battleground. Is Mari or Ye gonna take 26th?
What is the cutoff for
8th place? Haunted Ice, not just Ice. So yeah, we go all the way to 40 this year. Wow. I mean, not this year, this competition, but yeah, all the way down to 40. But yeah, top 8 are who get prizes. The cutoff is this Friday. And then I think there's like a brief period where they just go over everything, make sure everything's legit. I'm going to pull up I think they had broke down. There it is right there. That is the ultimate prize distribution to all 8 teams. Top 125 holders of each project get prizes. So honestly, even 8th place, I mean, 50,000 OS going to your holders, they can't be too mad about that, right?
Shoot, I wouldn't be.
So
I'm not gonna be mad about that.
But yeah, we're coming in on the last week here, or March 8th. So I guess that's Saturday. Friday's the 7th, I think. Then yeah, a couple weeks go by. What would be nice is maybe like we've always had, when those meme stimmies finally drop, it's always a nice week on the network. So imagine the scenario where maybe 2-3 weeks from now, we've resumed going up, everything's resolved, and then those stimmies drop, and we supercharge the green candles for a couple days. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Look, I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but it's not too insane to say let's say market sentiment turns around next week. Okay. Let's say it turns around on Saturday. Exactly when the meme stimmy hits. Is it too crazy to say Sonic's going to hit $25,000 a token?
It's very possible. I think very possible.
Okay. But there's a little bit of drama surrounding this meme competition, isn't there, Dracula? Because I saw a tweet. It seemed to be like a subtweet.
I've seen, this always happens where as you get closer to the end, there's money on the line, there's money at stake. People start arguing, getting a little petty. We're entering the zone where it's like, okay, the whole thing's 4 weeks. So especially when you get to that finish line, people start getting a little edgy, maybe a little mad that they don't like the place that their project's in or whatever. So I guess we just have to see what shakes out, really. Yeah, I mean, there's new projects on here. There's old projects on here. The rules are mostly based on who has the most liquidity, but there is like some part of it counts the your volume. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's kind of like they'll go over the winners, decide like, you know, if it works or not.
Oh yeah. They're going to be coming through this with a fine-tooth comb, I hear, and they're going to be kicking out any of the fakes.
In V cases, does it count holdings and protocols? If you mean like your liquidity tokens, then yes. If you like, let's say you have your tokens, you know, in shadow and it's in liquidity pools or whatever, that does get counted. Laziest guy says THC and GMSONIC bags will be paying. Yes, congrats to you, brother. That's you're in good shape.
Well played, laziest guy ever. Well played.
And something I will say that is interesting, on a positive note, because like I said, I don't like everybody fighting and arguing.
Mm-hmm.
But on a positive note, here's something you can do this final week, right? And I've played this game on all the meme comps, right? You can go through all the projects that are in the top 8, and you can probably, you know, work out who has the best like ROI for like, you know, getting a bag of the project in terms of like what you're going to get paid out. So I've kind of done that on all of them so far. It's kind of like a good strategy. Looking at this list, I couldn't tell you what's what. I haven't actually looked at this yet, but definitely just from what I'm seeing here, there's sorry, I was laughing at the comment. Definitely from what I'm seeing here, you know, there's probably some opportunities to find out like the concentration of top holders and, you know, figure out, okay, like I could spend, you know, 500S, but get, you know, maybe 500S out of it. But then I also have a bag or whatever, you know, so that's a way to have a little fun with it.
Hell yeah. That's the whole point of this meme competition, baby. You know,
well, you know, and Andre said it best, you know, like, and I wish I had the clip now that we're talking about it, but, you know, Andre was on, I think it was Ran, and he said, you know, this project, he's like, it's not really for like bringing people to the network because we saw that it didn't really bring like a bunch of like new memes to the network. He said, you know, this is for like the community. This is like giving something to the community. The guys that have been around a long time, the community tokens. So, but yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is for everybody here, and hopefully they do a 4. We'll see. They've kind of said with meme competition 3, like, you know, maybe we do it again, maybe we don't. We just kind of, you know, if there's time for it, we feel like it. We'll sort.
You guys are good boys. You're good boys, good community members. You behave well. Maybe, you know.
That's why I say. That's why I say wait till we get the tallies, then everybody can go at each other's throats, right?
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Then you can get crazy about it.
Act up too much, they might just take our stimmy altogether. You know what I mean? Like when, you know, like you're in school and you're fighting over something and they're like, well, guess what? Now neither of you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody be cool for like 5 days.
Yeah, we don't want to get the field trip canceled, okay? Just because you want to make a couple jokes, all right?
But yeah, all in all, I think it's a positive thing. Nice for them to do. Hopefully we avoid too much infighting. But
now, do you want to go through a couple? I got like a bunch of miscellaneous topics here. Do we want to cover anything else specific to Sonic, or do we want to get in a little general, more crypto culture stuff for a moment?
Well, yeah, I actually had. You probably have the same thing pulled up that I was very fascinated with.
Oh, I think I know what it is, but let me show this one first, just because this is so small. I just kind of want to get out of the way. I saw this and I thought it was really sad, really kind of funny. This guy bought $2, then sold it for $3, then bought back in with the $1 profit he made, and they instantly rugged the shit out of it.
What?
This is the kind of stuff happening out there. I don't know what chain this is on, but
I love it,
dude. Isn't that crazy?
So he bought $2, he sold for $3, and then he was like, "I'm going back in."
Yeah, I'm going back in for more, and then they just rug the hell out of him.
Yeah, it's how
desperate the trenches are out there, dude. We're rugging motherfuckers for $1, dude.
I was about to say, state of the trenches is rough today.
This is like the on-chain equivalent of they took me from my phones, you know?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's
This is what happened here. They caught me slipping. They took my phones, bro. But you know, but moving on, you know who's someone that couldn't be taken for 20 million Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Probably the most gangster person you would not expect. You would never have expected this.
Yeah, I gotta say, a 5'4" gaming
a booby streamer is what they call them.
booby streamer. Okay, I was trying to think how to properly put it. So I'm glad you solved that for me. But what I remember specifically was that she's like a very attractive. She's apparently very tiny. Posts online that she's got $20 million in a wallet. So some dudes ran up on her and she totally shot somebody and they did not get her wallet.
Yeah. MBK says he thinks this was a setup. I don't know, dude. This is kind of convincing. If so, well done setup, because it's kind of convincing. If you scroll through Amaranth's timeline here, which is maybe a little not safe for work. So, I mean, she doesn't post any nudes on Twitter from what I could tell. Not that I looked, but when I was looking at the story. It was like right after a post where she said my OnlyFans is free. Very next post was, I need help. This isn't like, this is serious. Please send help. Apparently what happened is these 3 guys break into her house and they kick in her door. They shoot her door. They drag her out of bed. They put a gun to her head and put a phone in her hand and say, send me your crypto, like unlock your crypto wallet. So she sends some tweets out because I guess that was safer than calling the 911. And, but yeah, so somehow in the struggle, she gets her hand on her gun and she shoots a guy. She says she's got a line here. She says, I'm covered in blood. Only some of it's mine though.
It's pretty gangster.
Yeah.
It's like the call an ambulance guy.
Yeah, for real, but not for me.
Not for me. Yeah, I mean, it says they pistol whipped her. 3 guys. I guess when she finally shot one of them, they all ran out. Yeah, it says they beat me, they pistol whipped me. Scary stuff.
Yeah, really scary stuff. And I mean, to MBK's point here, I do think it is a little strange because I don't know how much she's bragged about having this much money, but if I was a thug out there and I was looking for a lick to run up on, I guess a 5'4" streamer girl seems like a pretty easy target, but I probably would have targeted the AAVE cabal, bro.
Yeah, you go to that house. Go to that house at about 2 a.m. You probably don't have like any issue there. They're just here's my phone, bro.
Exactly, dude. Just run up on them. But this is a crazy story.
I love that part about the story, though. I mean, it's because, they thought easy target. And, I mean, she literally was, like, updating her ex. I mean, I guess if you're afraid you're about to be killed, I don't know if X is what I update, but, she updates her ex that she's being robbed.
Yeah, it is wild. I think, it is a little fishy, but, I mean,
look, also, she's got bullet holes. She says they were shooting her bedroom door. They finally kicked it in. Yeah, she got police outside her place. She's got the footage of them running up in the house. This is some crazy shit. Can anyone think of any examples of this kind of crypto robbery turning out like this at all? I feel like it usually just turns out that they just give up the money. Or if you're British, I guess you lose your fingers. Yeah, that was another thing we were talking about before the show was how there was somebody making a joke about burgers and their guns or whatever. And the guy was like, yeah, it'd be much better if in Europe, they take you for your ledger and you just go with them and they cut your fingers off. Right.
Yeah. This guy here, Burger Things. Vitasi says Burger Tings because burgers, we got guns. We shoot people. But yeah, Burger Things is when multiple full-grown men break into the home of a 5'4" girl, and she's still able to defend herself and shoot the intruders because she's got her Second Amendment. Europoor Things is when the Ledger co-founder is kidnapped, defenseless, and they cut off his fingers. Crazy. That's true, JW. Dracon gave it up. He's in Cyprus. I don't know what the gun laws are there, but
yeah, Mr. Clean says isn't that what happened to Dracon? Allegedly. So I think that's still ongoing. I don't think they've but yeah, apparently, that is something that has been a thing over the last, pretty much been a thing always, but, you hear about it more now is the whole, they bust in your house and, they want you to give them your keys, or actually it sounds like most of the time they basically put you in a chair and, have you send it right there. But
see, let this be a warning to anyone who tries to run up on my spot for my four racks. Okay. I will slice you in half with my samurai sword, okay? I've got an artillery. I've got
Corval froze up, but yeah, no, it's not worth it to break into Corval's house, man. He's gonna hit you with those things, them sharpened samurai swords. It's the best home defense, honestly. JW says Corval has an attack cat. That's true. Like, you don't even actually need any weapons when you got AAVE ready to pounce. But yeah, I think that was pretty much all we had today. Honestly, we were wrapping it up there. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday. And yeah, we got a meeting later today about this moving to the Sonic Labs X. So we'll have updates on that soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess one last thing I wanted to say. Ben Armstrong just launched another token called Whacked, and he's bragging about how he's a millionaire again. If you buy this, block me, dude. Do not talk to me if you bought this stupid token, okay?
Dude, do you have a... What's the ticker on it? We need to look real fast.
Let me pull it up the deck screener here.
Yeah, we need to see that.
It's got like $60,000 in liquidity or something. Let me see. 115,000 now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, if you bought this, dude, do not talk to me. Do not watch my programs. Okay. Oh, this is a great point. We also missed this. Your activity points are now available on the Sonic Labs dashboard, so you can see how many points you got. Personally, I like doubled my participation points with activity points. So check it out because you
I'm gonna have to check out that. That's pretty. The activity points got to be going crazy.
Yeah, crime season is going crazy. Fallout Zone. So we got armed robberies. We got North Korea laundering unprecedented sums. We got BitBoy doing BitBoy tings, and I mean, who knows what Dracula's up to? Who knows what Dracula's cooking up next?
I haven't even got to what I'm doing yet, but yeah, and we got the Trump family telling you to buy over the weekend because they're about to dump on your head. Like, yeah, it's crime season is full swing.
Truly the golden age of commerce. All right, fellas. Well, that was our show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as Dracula said, things might be changing here soon. We'll know after this meeting here.
Exactly. So, yeah, maybe today's a good day to watch a movie, go get some lunch. Don't look at the charts. Take a little time off today.
Yeah. Go lift some weights. Go for a bike ride.
Yeah, okay? I think that's good today. So we'll see you guys Friday.
Peace, fellas.
GMSONIC is Corval and Dracula Presley. GM.